Dr. D. Nick, as we wrap this up, there's been a lot of books and lots of studies and a lot of research out there on obesity. And yet the numbers just keep getting worse and worse year after year. Now it's children more and more. Big food has a big, big grip on a lot of this. But what do you think's going to turn it around? Because I feel like I speak to people all the time and tell them this stuff and tell them to focus on quality. And I mean, I got pushback for saying free Subway sandwiches is a total BS thing. And the free Krispy Kreme and the free Slurpees, don't go for it. Those are addictive. And I get it. It's one and done. It's never that. And we got so many people eating that. And yet they know it's bad, but they keep going back to it. Is that part of the addictive side? What do you see breaking this trend and finally seeing obesity go down rather than skyrocket up?
Right. I think it's sort of hard for people to wrap their heads around, just eating this one meal isn't going to lead to, they can't typically think that far down the line, right? So it's so just day to day. I'm just here. I need to eat this really quick to get through the day. They don't have time to think about, okay, will this meal actually fuel me or will it harm me, right? They're so busy in their lives. And I think COVID and everything that's happened is sort of put a spotlight now on our own health and, more free time and not working so hard. And I think people are starting to come to their senses that, okay, even if this food is free, I wouldn't put bad engine oil, even if it was free, into my car because it's going to ruin my car, even if it's free. So don't eat the free Subway sub, right? As the example you were mentioning, even if it's free, because it's going to slowly metabolically damage your engine, your internal organs. So I think just putting it out there, what you and I are saying right here, is going to help a lot of people in that perspective.
Absolutely. I love that idea of just stopping before you eat and being like, is this really going to fuel me or hinder me?
Yeah.
And it internally, this is not good and it's more gluttonous and it's more just quick fix and it'll taste so good right now, but I'm going to feel like crap and be tired afterwards.
Right.
And then just think about what that means, months down the line, years down the line, especially since most of us are at this stage where, listen, I understand fat shaming, that idea. I don't think there's anything good about shaming anybody about anything.
Right.
But the idea of living in a state where your health is absolutely at risk and not optimal, and everything that goes along with it for so many years to come. That's kind of where I wish people did it. And it starts with that one question as you're eating something. Is this going to fuel me? Is this going to help me, guide me towards health? And if health is a priority, which it should be, because you and I probably seen so many people that are unhealthy and what that does for the rest of your life, how that impacts everyone around you as well. I think that's where the narrative will start to change a little bit. And you're right, we're seeing it. And if there has been a silver lining from the pandemic, it's gotten people to be introspective about these things, about how their actual state of health is and how they can improve it. So, I mean, this book is really jam-packed, as all your books are. So where can people purchase this book? It's on Amazon, right?
Yep. People can get my books on Amazon. And they're also available on my website, drjamesdinick.com.
Awesome. And I got to ask you, I always do every single time, what do you have up next? Is the next book coming out in a few weeks? I feel like we should just talk about now.
No, I am working on another book.
Of course you are.
But it's probably going to be 6 months from now, maybe longer. Probably on how to, fix sugar cravings, things like that. Maybe even a cookbook down the line too.
I like that. I think we need to keep hitting on these things over and over because, as you know, sometimes it takes repetition. Sometimes it takes, a few of the same things said in different ways for people to really click. But I do think this is a big one here because, I mean, obesity is one of those things. It leads to so many different things, as you wrote about, that are incredibly hard to reverse almost and really, really hindering us as a whole and in healthcare. So incredibly important book. Thank you for putting this out there. And thank you again for coming on. Can't wait for the next book and the next time you're on.